You sure?
Yeah, it was some T.I. song, but now I can't remember.
The new T.I.?
No, it was about the money.
If it ain't about the money, yeah, that's a good song. The new T.I. song is pretty good also.
I listened to that this weekend. I listened to a lot of Bad Bunny this weekend.
Oh,
which I felt really ahead of the game because then he won, you know. So then by the time he won last night, I was like, yeah, that album does rock.
This is going to be, I'm trying to think, maybe the third, fourth Super Bowl where I'm going into it and I have no clue what the artist is. Right? Didn't the Who did one? Did Springsteen do one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFL after the Janet Jackson situation or the Justin Timberlake situation, the NFL went that route on the musicians, and we just were not a household that listened to those types of artists a ton. So I had no clue what Springsteen was. I had no clue who U2 did one too, right? Did U2 do one and bring out a bunch of people? Was that the U2? U2,
Yes.
Nelly, Britney Spears, NSYNC?
Yeah, but that was before.
Okay.
That was the
that was
post 9/11.
Okay.
And Janet Jackson was originally supposed to do it that year.
Oh, I didn't know that
If I remember
part.
correctly. Janet was supposed to do it that year, gets bumped to the year after, which then sets the timeline of all that came after it.
Okay, why'd she get bumped? Do you remember offhand?
Literally, I think the reasoning was a more like unifying tone coming out of 9/11.
Who's more unifying than Miss Jackson? Because we nasty out there.
I like vaguely remember a People magazine from my childhood, and I was so devastated because I was in a big Janet Jackson phase. My favorite song was "All the Girls in the Party, shaking that thing like you never did see." And I never knew the right lyrics.
Nice
I still to this
package,
day,
all right.
I
Guess
say,
I'm gonna have to
icy
ride
package,
tonight.
all right. 'Cause
No.
I'm gonna have to fly tonight.
No.
All the girls in the party, shaking their bodies, shaking that thing like you never
you're
did
ruining
see.
it.
Icy package, all right. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
Oh,
Anyway.
my goodness. So, yeah, this will be fun. It's Super Bowl week. Media days today, right?
I've decided that's my favorite song.
What is that?
I think
Who
it's
is that?
DTMF. It's Bad Bunny.
Oh, okay. I just told you
Yesterday
I
I got
have
in my
no
car
clue.
and I said, Siri, play me Bad Bunny.
Oh, you talk to your car
I
now.
did. I talked to my car now. What's up, everybody? It is Monday, February 2nd. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass coming up on today's show. Tough weekend for Memphis basketball. Another loss for the Grizzlies, another loss for the Tigers. We'll get into it all. Plus, trade deadline week in the NBA is here. Gary Parrish will join us, as he does each and every Monday. Big college basketball weekend. The Grammys were last night. It's Super Bowl week. It's Olympics week. We also have a special guest in studio, CitiLimitz from America's Got Talent. We'll be doing the anthem for tonight's Grizzlies Timberwolves game. They will join us. We will get into it all. It is a Monday. You know what we say. And the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, ay. Let's have a little fun now. Ay. I wanna let it all out. Ay. That's what it's all about. Ay. Ay. 'Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Tons to get to from that weekend. It also is another Grizzlies game day. Grizzlies Timberwolves tonight at FedEx Forum. But we start with some bad, some terrible, some horrible breaking news this fine Monday morning. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter, according to that little rodent. I am so sick of the cold. I am so sick of the ice. I am so sick of the mountain of snow that exists outside of my condo. I live in Memphis. I don't live in the mountains. I don't want a mountain of snow outside of my place. And I know parents are sick and tired of their kids being home from school. And I know they're all home again because I watched the Grammys on CBS last night. And for 3.5 hours, I watched the scroll ticker at the bottom tell me all the schools that are once again closed for today. January was long. Happy February to all. The idea of 6 more weeks of winter hurts my soul. I did not move to the South to be this cold.
Well,
God.
it didn't get like this until you moved to that South.
So it's my fault.
Literally, thinking about it, how many once-in-a-generation type weather events have there been in Memphis the past, like 5 years? And you
last 10. I remember my first year here, 2016, winter 2017.
Yeah.
My friends visited, and it's fresh on the mind because this friend is coming back for the first time since then. And I told them, oh, the weather here is really mild, like it'll be fine. And they come, and it snowed. But just a dusting. But it was a big deal. It was a dusting of snow. Now we get legitimate snow.
It's your fault. Take your ass back where you come from, man.
Thanks.
Thank you for nothing.
It's 30 degrees outside. It's 60 degrees inside because we came into the Grind City Media studio this morning and someone turned off the heat. So we are freezing. We're blowing on our hands in here. My little nose is ice cold. I'm in a Christmas sweater. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. That was sad news from over the weekend. Golly. Are we up? What are we up to?
Almost at 63.
Almost at 63.
Almost at 63.
I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be sweating it out. Anyway, I'm cold. I'm a little sleepy because I had to stay up to watch Cher win a surprising Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys and then present.
It was a surprise?
Yeah, no one knew she was going to be there.
Oh, okay.
And then she got the Lifetime Achievement Award, and then she didn't realize she also had to announce Record of the Year, and it was a discombobulated mess. And then next thing you knew, she was giving it to Luther Vandross from the dead.
So
it was so funny.
So many things I wondered about when I saw that moment. But the first thing was, she was probably cool with Luther, right? Like they come about at the same time. They're probably like they were friends at one point in time.
She probably mourned his death for some period of time.
May have been invited to the funeral.
Maybe.
At what point does she realize that, oh no, my friend Luther is dead. This isn't him.
I mean, I understand because the song is Luther. She's at the Grammys. She has music on the mind. She sees Luther. She's 79 years. She has the face of a 40-year-old, but she is 79 years old. She had a great wig on last night. She looked great. I was in the process of trying to fall asleep because on Sundays into Mondays, it's, those Sunday scaries start to hit. And so I'm just kind of resting. And all of a sudden, Trevor Noah says, Cher is here. And I shot out of bed like a rocket. So I was back awake. And then I'm watching this transpire and I go, oh, no, Cher. But now she's funny. She's iconic. She can do whatever she wants.
Okay.
Everyone laughed at it. They were like, Cher presented Kendrick Lamar with an award to Luther Vandross.
And she apologized.
And she did apologize.
She apologized immediately.
Yes.
She found,
and you saw her on the
people
stage.
On the stage.
Yeah,
like,
she was like, I'm so sorry.
My bad.
I am so very sorry.
Charge it to the game, man. I'm sorry.
I love her so much, my queen. God, protect her. Put her in a case. We're losing too many of the greats. We're losing the women of the greats, specifically. I'm not kidding. I started crying at a nail salon with the Catherine O'Hara news on Friday.
Get out of here, really?
Hard.
R.I.P.
71.
R.I.P. to Catherine, man.
Okay, we'll talk about the Grammys later on in the show because we do have to get into the Grizzlies weekend that was.
I mean, we have to?
I mean, we kind of have to.
Okay.
I would say we're contractually obligated.
That's
I
not
don't
in
think
my
it's written in the
contract. It's
contract.
not written in
I think it's just
mine.
assumed language in the contract. It's assumed
I don't assume
of our
anything.
audience who want to know how games 47 of 82 went for the Memphis
They know.
Grizzlies on
They
Saturday
know
night.
how it went?
Or maybe they shielded themselves.
Then they
maybe
probably,
maybe this is the show that tells them. Maybe they're like Punxsutawney Phil. They come out of their cave and they say, is it going to be 6 more weeks of Grizzlies winter, or is it going to somehow turn? No, it's not going to turn. They fell to the Timberwolves 131 to 114. 6th straight loss for the Memphis Grizzlies, 4th straight win for the Timberwolves. They play again tonight, and I was scrolling through social media last night, and I saw a quote from Anthony Edwards from after the game that gave me a fright, made me say, oh no, because Anthony Edwards said Chris Finch got into his team after beating the Grizzlies 131 to 114 and was not happy about the win at all. Quote, he said something like, I'm not going to let up on y'all. If we BS on games like this, I'm going to be on y'all ass until you stop BSing. And I told Jaden McDaniels he's 100% right because we could have played the first 24 minutes hard and been up 30 points. And who knows, maybe not played in the second half. And I said, maybe we can shut his A up that way if we just come out and play the way he wants us to play. Great. Anthony Edwards is questionable tonight. So is Julius Randle. But the game is on Peacock.
Finch isn't wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
They were only up 9 at half.
They were playing with their food.
Yeah.
It was clear they were in control of that game.
And then they went chomp, chomp, chomp on their way to 73 second half points.
Yeah.
Listen, it really is a simple. Like, I know it's not fun to go with the simple answer, but the simple answer is the correct answer. The Timberwolves have a fully healthy starting 5 and a super sub in Naz Reid. If we're making a wish list of things that I want for the Grizzlies of the future, give me a super sub like Naz Reid who just comes in and has 20 and 9 off the bench and a jiff. But the Grizzlies had 2 of their 5 starters. And it is trade deadline week. It is February 2nd. The trade deadline is February 5th. And we will find out if 2 of those starters are here for the long run with trade deadline week ahead and John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr.'s names getting some action in the trade rumors and rumblings. But when you look at a game on Saturday night, like it really came down to that. The Grizzlies had 1 available big. 1. It was Jock Landale. Jaren didn't play. Santi Aldama's still out. Even John Conchar, someone who's flexed into that front court, was out with a triangle injury. Everybody had to Google triangle injuries. Because every day, the Grizzlies injury report gives us something new to discover. Something with the neck.
Oh, okay.
I'm now realizing I'm not saying it properly, and that's on me for not having
You're not saying
exact
triangular, triangulatitis?
I mean, specifically, it was an anterior triangle contusion, of course.
Anterior triangle contusion.
Anterior triangle contusion.
Sure, why the hell not?
You know, CJ, there's the triangular area of your neck, and when you take some sort of contact to that, it can create a bruising or a contusion in this case. I actually laughed out loud when the Grizzlies injury report came through on Saturday before the game. I was like, what in the hell is an anterior triangle contusion? But it does sum up like what this is. I was telling Elliot Perry on the radio broadcast, I was breaking the news of what the starting lineup would be on Saturday night. And I go, yeah, we're going to see Ty Jerome for the first time. It's Cedric Coward. It's Jalen Wells. It's Vince Williams Jr. and Jock Landale. And he just went kind of quiet. And I could see him taking it in and trying to figure out what exactly to say. And he just goes, that's a pretty small lineup. It's like, yeah, it is. And especially against a team like the Timberwolves. And it kind of takes away from Ty Jerome's season debut, which you were in the building for Ty Jerome's first regular season action as a member of the Memphis Grizzlies' first offensive possession of the game. It's Ty Jerome ISO'd on Rudy Gobert, and he goes right at him and finishes around him. And you're like, oh, that was nice. And then the next possession, he had another nice drive and finish. And then he had a nice assist to Jock Landale, who knocked down a three. And next thing you know, Ty Jerome had his hands over the first 12 points of the Grizzlies game and ultimately gets 20 points in his regular season debut. First player to record 20 points in his Grizzlies debut since Jonas Valanciunas in 2019. And joined this group of players to score 20-plus in their first game with the franchise, Marshawn Brooks. Which Brooks? Dylan Brooks robbed from All-Star. Marshawn Brooks, Rudy Gay, Mike Miller, Gordon Gierachek, and Eddie Gill as the players to have 20-plus in their Grizzlies debut. And now, Ty Jerome. But I got to be honest, CJ, made me a little depressed. Not because I'm in denial. I don't want you to get this wrong. Not because I'm in denial of what the season is. I was just depressed and mourning what the season could have been, potentially. Like, that was supposed to be your backup point guard. That was supposed to be your in a pinch without Ja Morant point guard in games that he would miss. Or maybe there was a universe where the two of them even played together at times. But instead, it really has all fallen apart this month. And the Grizzlies, 3-12 in the month of January. 2026 has not been good for this team. They were 15-17 to start 2026, and they are now 18-29. And at this point, 3.5 games out of the play-in. I only say that not because it feels physically right to talk about this team in relation to where they fall in the race to the play-in, because physically they might be 3.5 games out of it, but spiritually they feel far closer to identifying some generational talent in this generational draft that is coming up this year. And, you know, it makes games like Saturday frustrating to watch, sure, but I do sense a fan base that is shifting in their perspective as a unit. Now, they did still get out. Shout out to the fans who were there. The crowd was great on Saturday. I think everyone was eager to get out of their house after being stuck inside for a significant period of time. And I was telling CJ before the show, my favorite moment of the game on Saturday was Rudy Gobert missing the 2 free throws and getting everybody free Chick-fil-A. And then Gigi Jackson blocking Rudy Gobert, feeding it to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who threw down a dunk. Tried to land one earlier in the game, missed that one, but threw down a dunk in the second half. Crowd goes wild. Genuinely wild. It was a loud crowd. It was a passionate crowd. And they got up in that moment. And you look at the scoreboard and you're like, and the Grizzlies cut it to 18. And that's just the way it is. You were at the game.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. They played.
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah. Ty Jerome stood out. Gigi's willingness to just get downhill. You know, it's been that way since he's been back with the team. He hadn't settled for the 3-point shots. He's not getting lost near as much on defense either. He is playing like somebody who has realized, oh, I am in this sport with a bunch of spectacular athletes. I'm on par with them. I'm as athletic as some of the most athletic dudes in this league. They can't stay in front of me. Why would I shoot the 3 when I can just go by him and finish strong at the rim, finish with a dunk at the rim? That's something that's been encouraging to see him continue to develop this year, this calendar year. And outside of that, man, it's, you know, it is what it is when you sit down and you watch. No Jaren, no Ja, no Santi, no Edie, no bigs at all. You could go out there, Jessica, and play center for the Grizzlies on Saturday. But like they are void of big depth out there playing against a quality NBA team. I think Finch was right, and this is the Timberwolves hurdle that they have to climb if they're ever going to get over that final hump or get over the A hump is, hey, we got to bring it every single night. We can't be out here slow poking it because we think we can. We're not good enough to flip a switch. Like, you can flip a switch against a Grizzlies team that is severely undermanned. You can't flip a switch against the Lakers. You sure as hell can't flip a switch against the Thunder or the Rockets or the Spurs or anybody else of note who you're going to have to go through. Nuggets, I think I didn't say them. Anybody you're going to have to go through to get to a Western Conference final and eventually NBA finals. You can't handle playing this version of the Grizzlies. You can't bring it in against this version of the Grizzlies. You got to check your mentality at the door. Now, as far as the Grizzlies go, back to them for just a moment, there's some quality things that they've done. They just don't have enough right now because of the injuries and everybody's mentality ahead of the trade deadline. I bet it's hard on them. I bet it's hard sitting in this locker room for a lot of these guys. I think this is the first trade deadline of uncertainty. Whereas, hey, I'm not sure if any of us are going to be here come next week. So I think that's weird for them to have to try and navigate through as well. But, it is what it is.
Part of the business.
Yeah.
At this time of year, everyone's a little tired. Not using it as an excuse. Certainly not using it as an excuse of why the Grizzlies have lost 6 in a row, but also coming off of the Europe trip. Coach Isolo mentioned it. He was specifically asked about Jaren Jackson Jr. in the first half of games versus second half of games, and it kind of trailed into just a throwaway comment about both Jaren not being totally 100% at the start of the season, and now kind of threw it into the everybody coming off of that Europe trip. That's a hard trip to make in the middle of the year. It really is, especially when you're an NFL team, you have a full week to come back off of a European, I was going to say vacation, work trip, a European work trip. Even if you have the layback seats, even if you have all the luxuries of it all, it does throw your system out of sync. And you're already in a long NBA season, and there's always a drag leading up to the All-Star break for everybody involved, for the winning teams, for the losing teams, for the staffs, for everybody who is associated with the NBA. But ultimately, we're going to have to find positives along the way, because I can't just sit in the loss after loss after loss, and that is part of it. It will turn into...
I got a positive.
Okay.
Javon Small almost fit Rudy on a poster.
It was awesome.
If he had landed that dunk, if Javon Small had to put Rudy Gobert on a poster, and the results of the game are the same, I would, if I was a Grizzlies franchise, I would have petitioned the NBA to let that count as a win for us.
I would have just put it on a T-shirt.
Incredible. On a T-shirt.
I would have called up
on the billboard
our dear
out
friend
here.
Good Hippie.
Been on the billboard.
I would have called up Good Hippie and said, hey, I know you already did your 191 collab this year, but we need Javon Small dunking on Rudy Gobert ASAP to unite this fan base. Build a statue. Jason Tatum thinks that he could have a statue in Memphis if he had his career. No, give me Javon Small dunking on Rudy Gobert, and we would have made it happen. That was awesome. Cedric Coward had a nice block on Gobert, too. That was fun. Omax has had some real nice bouncy dunks. Great question. I'd love for the rest of the season, one of the primary things to be figuring out, what is Omax? What is Omax?
Omax comes in.
He's athletic. Yeah. I know that. You look at that Timberwolves team, it jumps off the court. Mm-hmm. They're athletes. They're athletic. You look at the Grizzlies, that is a deficiency with the makeup this year, but I know when I watch Omax Prosper play basketball, I say, oh, he's got that.
But what is he?
I don't know.
Is he a big? Is he a wing? What are we doing with this?
Is he a bing?
I'm bada bing.
A big wing? A bada bing wing?
Okay, I'm fine. He's long. He's like you said, he's athletic. He's bouncy.
He has frenetic energy.
Yeah, that's great. And you can forward is where you can get away the most at the position you can get away the most with having that type of frenetic energy. Excuse me, not just power, but small forward. Also, it's just he doesn't seem skilled enough to be on the wing offensively, and he doesn't seem big enough to be banging with some of the larger forwards in the NBA defensively.
Like, where
He's an odd little tweener.
Where is he on the Brandon Clark scale? What is he missing to be Brandon Clark? Healthy Brandon Clark, obviously.
I don't think he's missing anything.
Maybe a consistent shot like the floater. I mean, Brandon's automatic with that.
A go-to move.
Like a go-to move.
I guess, but his go-to, Omax's go-to move
get
is
to the basket.
It's just jump over everybody,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like he would be tremendous in a on-ball pick and roll type situation as the screener, rolling hard to the rim because you can just throw it up there. And the assumption is he's got good enough hands, he can get up there and go get it. Oh well. We'll figure it out. We got more time. It's still 2-3 months left.
We haven't reached the 50th game of the season.
Yeah, it's still time. Figure it out. Figure out what
And
it
yet,
is.
you want to know what I was doing on Saturday afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game?
Watching Kansas
and BYU play basketball as Kansas wins 90-82. BYU came back in that game, got it within 6 after trailing by 20 at halftime. Darren Peterson was insane. Darren Peterson was insane in the first half of that game. And then he only played like 3.5 minutes before leaving in the second half with what Bill Self called cramps. I don't know what's going on with Darren Peterson, but I do know what my eyeball saw in the first half of that game, and that was someone who so clearly looks like the number 1 pick in this year's draft, in a draft class littered with guys that you could make a case for being the number 1 pick, but that right there, Darren Peterson is in a class of his own. When he plays, he is a special player. Somebody last week tried to tell me, because we're in the period of time where people who haven't watched a lot of college basketball are suddenly jumping into the college basketball waters, and someone was like, I'm not sure Darren Peterson is as athletic as everybody's telling me he is. I said, all right, that's wrong. Like, look at him. Again, the availability thing is bonkers. Like, get the dude some cranberry juice and keep him on the court. But he's really good. He's really special. He is the kind of player that you watch and you can find your brain tinkering and twisting around saying, that's the kind of player who could change things for a team.
Yeah, somebody. Not here.
Oh, you're off.
Not here. No.
You don't want in on the DP roller coaster?
With the way injuries are here?
We already have the DP show,
No.
and he is the DP.
No. Dudes who played every single game in college are getting injured on this franchise. Zach Edey didn't miss anything ever.
Know.
Like, no, we're not just gonna bring. Although maybe that's what breaks the curse. You go
and
out
maybe
there,
it breaks
you bring,
his curse
you
too.
bring a injured dude in, like 2 negatives making a positive. You go bring an injured dude in to a team already riddled with injuries, and then the negatives link up and you get the positive. I don't know, but he's great.
I mean, you're
He's
watching
great
the
when
first
you see
half
him.
and you're like, I'm crazy for thinking
he's
that
not-
anybody else should go over Darren Peterson.
He's not getting up during timeouts either, right? Like, he's on the bench and he's just on the bench.
Again,
So,
I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
Kansas fans have been on a ride. Somebody
Whatever.
said they should treat him like a relief pitcher and just run him out of the tunnel with like 10 minutes left in a game that they're close in and unleash Darren Peterson. If he's only going to be available for a certain amount of minutes, if you're on a minutes restriction, also speaking of minutes restrictions, don't expect to see Jerome more than 20.
Okay.
I don't want to hear anyone complain when they're like, why is he not? No, he's on a very strict minutes restriction. Darren Peterson seems to be on a self-prescribed, and I don't know, self-prescribed, agent-prescribed, advisor prescribed. It just feels weird. I look forward to asking Gary about it because I know it is an odd situation in the college basketball space, but my God, is he a special talent.
I mean, when you think about it, I'm surprised we hadn't seen this a bit more. If your whole goal, if you're Peterson, is to get to the NBA, and when you get to the NBA, you want to hit the ground running and be as healthy as humanly possible. I'm not surprised by the fact that he's taken it this far. I am surprised that we hadn't seen it done before. Like Zion immediately comes to mind. You're like, oh, okay. Maybe if he had not played quite as much at Duke, maybe he would have had a better start to his NBA career. Now, once you get past like year 2 or 3, then it kind of is what it is. But, people get into these guys' ear, agents, family members, and they let them know, hey, listen, if you're playing this much in college, it's wear and tear on your body. Do you want to, get Kansas a Big 12 championship and get to a Final Four? That would be great.
Yeah.
Or do you want to be healthy as possible come time to start your NBA journey? And I think most of the top-notch draft picks, top 16, top 17, top 20, whatever it may be, would say, yeah, Give me the NBA. Give me that. Whatever I got. College is just, if I didn't have to come to college, I wouldn't come to college. If I'm AJ DeBansta, I would not be at BYU if I didn't have to be in college. Peterson, I wouldn't be at Kansas if I didn't have to be in college. And so I think for those types of players, the premier thing is the NBA, not necessarily the glory that comes with being a high-level college athlete. So, I'm just surprised it hadn't happened much. BYU's got some things to
some issues.
And it's only first half issues. I went down to the dungeon Saturday before the game. We were just talking about it. I had to leave to get here for the Grizzlies game. So I left with like 8 minutes to go, and Kansas was in control. BYU was starting, but Kansas was in control.
Never felt like Kansas was going to lose.
And then I get down there, and I'm talking. They're like, yeah, you know what happened? Yeah, Kansas beat the hell out of them. No, they made it a 6-point game. It was a 4-point game there late. How? BYU's issue is they get behind, especially against good teams, and almost only against the really good teams. They get behind in the first half, and then they have to mount a furious second-half comeback. They're the best second-half team in the nation. Second half, BYU is elite. First half, BYU is pretty good. They got to find a way to be elite both halves, man. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if AJ is out there or not. Get that man some help, damn it. Get him somebody else that's got to be out there able to help him some.
Did you see any other player this weekend that gave you the drafty spidey senses? I'll think of a better way to put that.
I don't watch college basketball thinking about NBA.
Yeah.
I will say I watched a bunch of college basketball, and then I watched several NBA games, and just noticing the difference in the two styles of play.
Oh, you mean you're not going to sit here?
Athleticism is like, oh my gosh.
You're not going to sit here and say that if Cooper Flagg was drafted this year, he would be 6th amongst the prospects after he scored 49 points in a real NBA game this past week?
No, and I'm not sure why people are having that conversation.
Who said that?
I don't know. That's first I'm hearing of it.
Oh, hold on. I'll tell you.
But like this is a draft class full of talent. It's full of it. I watched Michigan State myself personally.
Jamal Mashburn.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like if I put Cooper Flagg on the list of current freshmen, he'd be 6th. What are we doing?
Listen, man. Still really, really good. All of them really good.
I like Wagler. That's why I asked.
Who?
Wagler. Keaton.
Okay.
Wagler.
Yeah.
He had another massive game for Illinois in their win over Nebraska ball yesterday. 78-69.
If Nebraska would be undefeated by the time we came back. He said, yeah. And since then, they lost 2. I don't know how to predict lottery stuff because my eye's not trained in that sort of a way. I will say that I like certain players. I really like Stojakovic out of Illinois, since you bring it up. Somebody who can just shoot. Like, he comes into the NBA if he's fortunate enough to, and immediately I know, okay, that's an offensive playmaker. That's somebody who's going to come in and be a three-point specialist. So I enjoy him. I enjoy the freshman out of Houston as well. I'm blanking on his name, but outside of those two and everybody on Michigan, you can take any one of them.
Are you talking about Kingston?
Yes.
Flemings, yeah.
Yeah. And outside of, you could take anybody off of Michigan's roster, especially after going into East Lansing and beating the hell out of Michigan State. Suck it, Sparty.
In the NBA last night, we have Grizzlies Timberwolves on Peacock tonight. Okay. And this is everybody's reminder that because the game is on Peacock, it is a 6:30 tip. Let's go. I'm saying that to myself so that I don't show up late for Grizzlies Timberwolves tonight. 6:30 on Peacock, exclusively on Peacock. Last night, we got our first Sunday night basketball on NBC. First Sunday night without football of the season. It was a doubleheader, Lakers, Knicks, followed by Thunder, Nuggets. It was an NBA game on February 1st where we have not even reached the 50-game mark of the season. And once again, NBA just showed that they are built for the concept of make it feel like something. Make it feel important. They brought Bob Costas in. He did the introduction, the setup of the game. Lenny Kravitz has a new Sunday Night Basketball song to rival the Carrie Underwood song of Sunday Night Football. It uses a little less conversation, so Elvis staying relevant in the year 2026. I like the song, actually. And then you have Mike Tirico, Reggie Miller, Jamal Crawford. They did the player intros in the style of Sunday Night Football. They just know how to make it feel big. And that is something that the NBA needs. I did see others bring up this point. My one critique, I agree with the people who said this, make it one game. In the future, if you want it to be big, It has to be one game. There were 4 other games last night, and you can still do a doubleheader on NBC if you want it to be. But when there are other games happening, the reason Sunday Night Football feels so important is because red zone's over. All the other games of the day are over. You have one game left on a Sunday night, and you congregate around the TV to watch it. And you miss a little bit of that. Like, they can do as big of a job, as good of a job as they want. But if there's other games to take your attention, it's just the natural thing. If you're a fan of that other team, you're going to watch their game. If you're interested in that game for whatever reason, you're going to watch that game. So I think in a perfect world, following football season, you're looking at one game is on, and it's on NBC. And I do think that they are built to very adequately make that game feel big. Because we always talk about it. Like, how do you make an 82 game, how do you make game 47 in an 82 game season feel like it matters? And from a production standpoint, they know how to make things feel like they matter, which was fun. Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I watched it. What do you do about the other games, though?
You have to figure out the schedule.
So you put there's one game on, what time did the NBC game? 6? Yeah. So there's one game, 6, but all the other games finish before that?
Yeah, I think you could do it that way.
Okay.
So set it up just like a football Sunday.
Like a football Sunday.
Yeah.
Where, hey, we've got
everyone
a
else
laundry
plays in
list
the
of games.
afternoon.
Everybody's playing from 11 till 5:30, and then 6, there's one game on for everybody to watch, shared communal experience. Okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Knicks beat the Lakers in overtime, 112-100, and then the Thunder beat the Nuggets 121-111.
Which means that the Spurs coach is now one of the All-Star game coaches.
Mitch Johnson is the
All-Star coach.
Yes. Did
you hear about their travel?
Yes. Did they ever get I was following it when I was at the Grizzlies game on Saturday because they were stuck in Charlotte. The snowstorm in North Carolina was nuts. I'm so grateful we didn't get any more snow. Couldn't have handled it. But they were stuck there. Where were they trying to get?
Back home.
Just back home, because they had a home game.
That's they had to play the Magic. And so they were in Charlotte, stuck overnight, ended up taking off, mechanical issues, had to land in Atlanta, had to chill in Atlanta, and the NBA moved the tip back 2 hours. I think they moved it from like 4 to 6 or something like that, and then had to move it back another 2 hours because they got stuck in Atlanta because of mechanical issues. So that game tips off. The Magic Spurs game in San Antonio tips off way later than what it was planned to. But the Spurs go out there and they get the win, and because the Nuggets lost, and Johnson is the Western Conference coach that is coaching the All-Star game, because the coaches and the NBA have an agreement that you can't coach in back-to-back years, and it's the number 1 seed at the All-Star break that gets to be the coach. And because, what's his name, Dagnall or whatever, coached last year, he can't coach again this year. What are they going to do for the third dude? Because it's 3 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know who's coaching the world team yet?
No, we don't. Do we know who's coaching anything?
I don't think so. I think it's just that he's coaching one of the 3 teams. We did get the All-Star reserves announced yesterday. So ultimately, when you look at the Western Conference All-Stars this year, they will be in alphabetical order: Denny Avdia, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, LeBron James makes it for a 22nd All-Star game, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Victor Wembanyama, and then in the East you have Giannis, Scotty Barnes, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell, Pascal Siakam, and Karl Anthony Towns. Dylan Brooks robbed. He'll always be on my team.
Who are you taking off?
It has to be a worldie.
Does it?
I mean, technically, he has to play for the world.
Okay.
So the world team is, you're not taking off SGA. Okay. You're not taking off Luka. And I think it would have to be a Western Conference worldie, likely. You're not taking off Wemby, and you're not taking off Jokic. So either Jamal or Denny.
Is Jokic even going to be able to play?
Yeah, he came back.
Okay.
And he said he's playing.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you're going to take off one of those.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, he was putting together a good season. I had a world where I kind of convinced myself I wanted to see Dylan Brooks save the All-Star game. If anyone could save the All-Star game, it might be Dylan Brooks.
Because everybody hates Dylan Brooks and wants to beat Dylan Brooks.
Precisely.
Yes.
He was coming for Lou Dort. He was on some podcast. I kept seeing clips come over my timeline
Lou
over
Dort
the
is
weekend.
his teammate.
He was coming on Lou Dort. Oh, yeah, he is. So he's probably being funny with it. Okay. He's talking about how the Thunder stole the Grizzlies' culture. I was like, yes. Thunder, notorious culture vultures of the Memphis Grizzlies. One other thing from last night's NBA game that I did want to make sure we hit. Caitlin Clark was on the pregame show, which I loved. She joined Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, and Reggie Miller. She was such a natural. She showed up as the special correspondent. She also said she needs to wear stilts next time because she looked remarkably small next to all of those people on the desk. She was the shortest person on the desk. But she talked about a variety of things, say, if there was a player that she could learn from, it would be Luka Doncic, talked about the WNBA, the CBA negotiations. I think it's really smart to put her on the NBA broadcast as you are continuing to try to bring more basketball fans into the women's game. Now, Reggie Miller did have to make a headline out of it because they were going through and comparing Caitlin Clark to NBA players. And when Reggie Miller decided to come up with a player comp for Caitlin Clark, this is who he came up with. Take a listen.
Is there like a comparison of someone either you played with or you guys watching the game right now that reminds you of the young lady to your right?
I like Peyton Prichard from Boston, the way he's able to handle the basketball. He makes big shots when the shot clock's running down, a lot like this young lady right here. Isn't afraid of the big moment and is a champion like she's soon to be.
What about you, Mella?
I loved her face. Caitlin Clark is up there smiling. She's having a good time. Oh, we're going to do player comps? Oh, we're going to get into that? Reggie Miller says Peyton Prichard, and Caitlin Clark's face goes from smile to no. You're gonna say Caitlin Clark's player comparison is Peyton Prichard?
I mean, they're both on the perimeter.
No disrespect to Peyton Prichard.
They both handle the ball. They both make big time shots.
Caitlin Clark.
They're both white.
One of the greatest phenomenons in sports in the 21st century is going to be compared to Peyton Prichard. Caitlin Clark, 2024 Rookie of the Year, first rookie since 2008 to be named to an all-WNBA team in a rookie season, sets records left and right, was Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, was AP's Female Athlete of the Year back in 2024.
Who are you comparing her to?
Well, Carmelo Anthony did a better job after and said, I don't know, Luka Doncic?
Okay.
Let's compare her to Steph Curry.
Okay.
Let's compare her to anybody but Peyton Prichard.
No disrespect or full
Again,
disrespect,
no disrespect to Peyton Prichard. No, it's disrespectful to Caitlin Clark to call her Peyton Prichard. But no disrespect to Peyton Prichard. Shout out Peyton Prichard. He's got a role.
So you're telling me that Peyton Prichard isn't carrying the Celtics?
No.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. You're telling me that the Celtics' whole thing, the entire thing,
right,
isn't set up for Peyton Prichard? Because Peyton Prichard is that.
That would be big news to Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
That would be big news to Jason Tatum. My man really stood up there with a straight face and said, I think of Peyton Prichard. What? It's so goofy.
Because Peyton Prichard is the only player he could think of in that moment to make big time shots.
You knew you were doing the segment? That's where, again, between the Mashburn comment about Cooper Flagg this week and the Reggie comment about, I was like, sometimes we just say things on air, which, to be fair, as somebody who has to talk into a microphone, it can be hard because sometimes you're just saying things.
You don't want to say the same thing.
No, you want to be unique. So to be unique, he said Peyton Prichard, which was just
I understand where Reggie
goofy.
Miller was going. I understand.
Carmelo was like, let me save this.
Not right.
Let me save this.
But you got to be thinking, how many times are we going to talk about insert superstar player in this pregame show, and how many times am I going to have to talk about insert superstar player overall in the NBA season? Let me switch it up every now and then. Let me throw somebody else some love. Let me show somebody else.
All right.
Peyton Prichard is the guy that we decided to bring up with Caitlin.
We got to take a break. Gary Parrish is going to join us on the other side. We will talk to him about the Grizzlies, trade deadline week, college basketball. The Memphis Tigers suffered a brutal loss on the home court yesterday. All that and more with GP when we come back.
Who would you compare it to?
Probably would have gone with Steph.
Steph?
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and Ringsider packages on sale now.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at JeffDunham.com.
I want to give Jock Landale some freaking love, bro. The dude been balling out of his mind.
Jock's a good player. Jock Landale's been great for the Grizzlies. He has just been, in his own words, miscast.
Yeah, but this has been the best career.
If he's your backup five, he has been just, and even thrown into a situation that he wasn't expecting to be thrown into. Yeah. He has been outstanding.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Gary Parrish is host of the Gary Parrish Show weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Grind City Media. He joins us every Monday. He joins us now. One's in the air. I know, thanks to Bennett Doyle, that Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble. Look at you.
Look at me. I'm an expert in the field.
That obviously means he will now get to pick who he wants to challenge at WrestleMania.
Oh, who's he going to pick?
I would assume it will be CM Punk as Cody Rhodes continues his rivalry with Drew McIntyre, but you never can tell.
You never know.
You never can tell, but it was a big wrestling headline this weekend. It felt like we were back.
It was a non-basketball headline, which for this community, I think you'll take anything you can get right now.
If you want to keep talking about wrestling, it's a more pleasant. It's a more pleasant conversation than any basketball conversation we could have.
Oh, which one do we want to start with?
I don't know.
Let's start with
Your show.
The Memphis Grizzlies, who lost a 6th straight game. It's a Grizzlies game day, Gary.
I can't wait. 6:30 tonight. Peacock.
On Peacock, nationally televised.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards and Julius
Good time to have all the
attention.
Good time to have all the attention on us.
Couldn't be a better time.
Yeah. Wonder what they'll talk about. I wonder what they'll talk about in the A block.
I'm going to guess the trade deadline. I'm going to guess that might get brought up because it is February 2nd and the trade deadline is February 5th. So we are moving forward.
I mean, we've always been moving forward, but now it's here.
Exceptionally quickly.
It's Thursday at 2 o'clock Central.
And today it's Monday at 8:47 a.m. Central Time.
It just occurs to me, I will be in the air flying home. I'll be 30,000 feet in the air finding out who's on the Grizzlies and who's not on the Grizzlies.
Do you think it comes down to the very end because of all this Giannis stuff? And by all this Giannis stuff, I mean everything feels predicated on if and when Giannis finds a new home.
If you're suggesting that somebody's going to miss on Giannis and be like, we got to do something, so let's just go do this and get Ja Morant and cross our fingers and hope he stays healthy somehow, some way. I could see that. I could see something like that. I think we will do shows on Thursday morning. We probably still won't know exactly what the deal is.
Okay. I'm going to put myself in a therapist chair
Okay.
here, and I'm going to ask how
Good.
certain
I
things
could use
make
it.
you feel on this Monday morning. One of those being, how would it make you feel if the trade deadline comes on Thursday and nothing happens?
I wouldn't be excited, oddly. I wouldn't be excited. I would be like, I guess we're going to keep doing this thing.
I think it would feel, for me,
Uh-huh.
a little frustrating because of everything that has transpired over the last 3.5 weeks, which is odd because originally I would have felt disappointed. If we're like cycling through emotions, disappointment would have been towards the top. Not disappointment of it not happening, disappointment of it happening.
There's
and
a
the
moment,
sadness that comes with it.
There's a moment in the past few weeks where if you told me you traded Ja Morant for nothing, for more or less nothing, I would go, yeah, I wouldn't do that. And now if that thing happens, I'll be like, yeah, I guess it's just time to turn the page. And now if nothing happens, whereas it will quite literally be what it is I would have preferred a few weeks ago, if nothing happens, I won't be happy necessarily. I won't feel joy. I'll just feel like, I guess we're going to I guess I know what I'm talking about tomorrow and probably for every day until the summer.
I think that's part of, I think the redundancy of it all will feel hard to grapple with because it just signs you up for this conversation continuing onward and onward.
It doesn't feel like if the trade deadline passes and Ja Morant is still a member of this franchise.
The confetti falls and we're like, oh.
And then the next day that comes the contract extension and the next day he holds a press conference and says he's just looking forward to retiring in Memphis. I don't think that's the way this is going to go. If the trade deadline passes and he's still here, we will come back on Friday and be like, so what does it mean? And then we'll do that forever. We'll just do it forever.
Forever. In perpetuity.
It feels like it. Doesn't it feel like it?
Yes, the last 3.5 weeks have felt like forever.
Yeah.
January for this team has felt, I know everybody, there are far more important things going on in this world than what has happened to Memphis basketball in the month of January.
I read about some of that.
Like when everybody says, God, that January felt tough. I do think Grizzlies fans,
at least you didn't get shot in the back.
At
least you didn't get shot in the back for no good reason. Yeah, it could be worse.
So I say all that to say it could be worse.
Could have got shot in the back for no good reason.
January did not feel good.
Yeah.
It felt frustrating. It felt long. It felt cumbersome. Pick your adjective, any adjective. I did find myself on Saturday feeling a little depressed watching the Grizzlies. Not because I have any qualms about what the season has turned into. Like I'm not chasing some magical switcheroo where we're talking about a team that is on its way up this season. But watching Ty Jerome, it just reinforced to me, man, there is a whole iteration of this thing that we never got to see and we likely will never see. And it involved the 6 minutes we saw of Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey in Cleveland. 6 minutes in Cleveland. It's my favorite movie of the season. But also on top of that, not having Ty Jerome, not having Scottie Pippen Jr., not having Brandon Clark. And it just reinforced this idea that this season never had a chance.
That's the thing.
Of being what it could have been. And that is a hard thing to grapple with.
To me, that's the thing. And it's not just this season. Like it's this iteration of the franchise never got a chance. And it doesn't feel like now it's ever going to get a chance. We spent an entire offseason wondering what a Ja Morant, Zach Edey, constant ball screen offense under this new innovative head coach will look like. And we never really got to see it. Yeah. And now it appears we'll never. Like it might just be over to the extent that we saw a glimpse of it. That's it. That might be all we ever see, and that stinks. That's sad. Yeah. It stinks that we never got to see it through. It's much easier to imagine this thing being awesome and then watch it be awesome, Or imagine this thing being awesome and then watch it not be. And then you go, okay, look, it doesn't work.
And then you can rationalize with facts.
Yes.
Like, this did not work.
Right now, you're giving up on something if you do
You're
it.
giving up on a ghost.
Yeah, you're giving up on something that you never even really got a good shot at.
Or I guess it can't be a ghost because a ghost would imply that it was alive to begin with.
You're giving up on. I'll just leave the analogies alone. I was about to take this to a really weird place. You know what I mean?
Is that not wrong?
Yeah. So if it was you. When
I'll let you say it.
When does life begin, Jessica? Does it begin at the conception of the roster, or does it begin after the roster has played a game?
I'm out.
When does life begin? That's all we're trying to figure out.
That's all. You're right. Just go on.
You get the point.
Yeah, you got my point too. We never saw it happen.
We never saw it happen. We never.
I mean, it had a name. It had fingernails also. There was some heartbeats.
It feels like we're gonna terminate this thing. I don't know if it's prematurely. That's for other people to say. That will be the forever debate.
Sure.
That will be the forever debate.
Plan B is always around.
I mean,
Well, and the plan B in this situation is looking for the future. That's me trying to get out of this as seamlessly as possible. We talked about the T word on your show on Friday, which is a word that I don't really like to throw around.
Right.
I know some people out there will send their memes and their edited graphics of tanks constantly. There's not even a tank emoji. I did find that out this week, and I did search for it. How do you grapple with that on February 2nd? Because it's a long one. We've done this before.
Yeah.
It's not like this is abnormal. I was reminded of, one of my first years in Memphis was we played to convey, as the Grizzlies were trying to convey their pick. We had 2 years ago where clearly the most injured team in the history of the NBA reached a point where you realized, hey, they're not trying to win games the rest of this year, trying to upgrade their position in the lottery. And now it's just early. It feels to do it before the trade deadline. And I know they are not trying to lose. Listen, Saturday's game was a result of the Timberwolves having a healthy team and the Grizzlies not.
Right.
It is that simple.
That's basically the entire season.
And that is the season. And so sometimes, or oftentimes, that comes with losses.
Yeah.
But emotionally, how do you strap in for the next 2 months?
So, tell me what you remember about the Spurs season before they won the lottery and got Victor Wembanyama.
I don't remember much.
I don't remember anything. I asked that from an honest place. I have no idea. This is my point. Just got to get through it, it feels like. Just got to get through it. And if I tell you the byproduct of this awfulness is that you end up with the second pick in the draft, or the first pick in the draft, or the fourth pick in the draft, it will not only feel worth it, it will have been worth it.
Yeah.
And beyond that, it's like we could have a whole long conversation about should they tank or not. It's almost like it doesn't even matter what they want to do. They're just going to lose a lot.
Which almost makes it feel worse.
Yeah, like
because it's not necessarily a choice.
You just stink.
It's just a reality.
Yeah, it's just a reality. You're just not very good. You're just not a good basketball team. Like at least this time last year or in the offseason, we could say things like, as long as John and Jaren are healthy, then everything's fine. And like that's just not true anymore either. First off, they're never healthy together.
Right.
But beyond that, when they were, the wins don't necessarily follow that, which is a point Mike Wallace has made over and over again. Like what I don't want to put words in his mouth, but his thing is like even when it's what you think, even when it's out there, it ain't great, and it hasn't been for a while, and it's hard to argue against that.
So what's the situation with Darren Peterson?
Yeah.
What is going on? You're obviously in the college basketball space more than any of us, and you watch that first half against BYU, and you think, God, that is so clearly the number one.
You think I'll lose every game? I'll lose every game.
Yes, happily.
If
I can have Darren Peterson
give me that
on a
dude,
poster,
give me that dude on opening
with
night next season. I'll lose every game the rest of this season. If you could make that deal, you'd do it right now. He's phenomenal, but he cannot stay on the court.
No.
Which
I was going to say, are you sure you would make? Because I say emphatically.
Yeah.
I watched the first half and I thought, that'd be something exciting to look forward to.
You watched that first
and then
half,
I
and
watched the second half, and I think that's.
Well, I did make this point on the Eye on College Basketball podcast because it comes up, like, does that become a part of the evaluation? For people who don't know, Kansas has played 21 games. He's appeared in 11 of them, so he's missed basically half. And even in the ones he plays in, he's only got to 30 minutes, I think 3 times. Okay. Never gotten more than 32, and he watches the end of games a lot because of what they are describing as cramping in his quads. It's just been a thing all season long. The previous game that he missed was because of an ankle, but the cramping has been an issue with him. So the conversation comes up like, when does that become? Because if it's just a basketball evaluation, that's the number one pick. I mean, that's not hard to see. I mean, he looks like somebody when he's playing who you could drop him into an NBA game and he could go get 25 tonight in an NBA game. He's special. So if it's just a basketball evaluation, it's easy. He's the number one pick, and now let's talk about A.J. DeBonce, Cameron Boozer, or whatever. But does this become a part of the evaluation? And quite literally, the reference point for this was, I happen to live in a city that has an NBA franchise where the availability of the star is a big deal and has been a big deal for years. And this has not been a thing in Darren Peterson's past, best I can tell, but it's undeniably a thing now. What concerns me the most, and what would frustrate me if I were a Kansas fan, is that we've all cramped. We've all dealt with that, not as professional athletes, but we know what that feels like. More to the point, we've all watched basketball players cramp. We know what that looks like. You see it.
Right.
You see them go to the court. You see a trainer come over, push the toes forward. I mean, yes. You see them go to the bench. They got a gun on them. There's fluids. There's somebody addressing them the whole time. You see somebody talking to them the whole time, like, hey, you ready? How you feeling? Can you get back in? Particularly if a 20-point lead is now dwindled to 4, and there's none of that with him. It's like he's not even attempting to get back into the game. It's like he's not even thinking about, can I go? It's weird. And I don't want to say Bill's covered for him, Bill Self, but Bill said all the right things, or most of the right things. But that would be my concern. I can't question the young man's body. If he says he's cramping, who am I to argue with that? But why do you not look like every other basketball player I see who deals with cramping in the middle of a high-profile game against the dude who's trying to take your spot at the top of the draft? Why does it not look like you? Trying. I mean, you would have, particularly, again, I'm projecting here. I've never been a basketball player at that level or any level, but I think you'd see me get back on the court at some point, and then you'd see me go, I can't go. But it's like he comes out of the game, and this is what you see the rest of the game. He's just sitting there.
It's like there's some unwritten policy of if the smallest twinge of a cramp or anything happens, you're done. And he knows that, like in the back of his head, this happened.
Yeah.
And I'm projecting. I don't know what the situation is. That's just as I have watched this play out.
Right.
I'm like, it's as if there's a switch flipped.
Yes.
Where this happened, and we have a protocol for that. The standard operating procedure is the second I feel a twinge of anything,
that's right,
I am done for the day.
And that appears to be where we're at. Some others have suggested it's a minutes restriction thing, but like that doesn't make any sense because let's say it really is like he's only playing 24 minutes. Well, you wouldn't play 19 in the first half or whatever it is. Yeah. You would split that up a little. You wouldn't sit the final 16 in a minute. That's not the way minutes restrictions work. So it does feel like, between his father and his agent and whoever else is involved in this thing, they've just said, if you feel anything, you sit down. But if I were an NBA front office member, I would question that. Like, what does that say about you? Because if my father and my agent were telling me, if you feel anything, you've got to sit down, I just would reject that. I'm a competitor. I'm ready. We're on national television. This place is sold out. It's Allen Fieldhouse. That's A.J. DeBonce. I'm playing. Like I might, like, you don't think Tyrese Halliburton felt something before he went back out there? Of course he did. They all told him not. There were people telling him not to play. I'm a competitor. I got to go. And I know that's extreme. That's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and not
slightly different,
and not like 12, not a Big 12 game in January or whatever. Sure. But the point, like, why does it not look like you are interested in getting back in this game? That would concern me.
Yeah. Also concerning, Memphis lost to Tulane yesterday.
Yeah, you can stop there. That's concerning, period.
I love Ron Hunter, but I didn't love Rowan Brumbaugh taking it for the game-winning basket. We got home from a movie yesterday afternoon, and we're going to turn on the second half of the game. Saw that it was a close game, was looking for what channel it was on, ESPN2.
Right.
All right, let's get the TV going to ESPN2. And Chris at one point goes, all right, Jesse, it's time to take your medicine. And I was like, wow, that is so depressing that there is a flavor of, ooh, there are other ways you could be spending your Sunday afternoon, but with your job and with where you live in the city and your care, ultimately, you got to watch the second half of Memphis Tulane, and then watching how it all fell apart at the end made it additionally tough to sit through. We've reached the point in the season where, I don't know if I'm sure you did because you're as chronically online as I am. There was a point where one of the big local super fans and supporters posted on Facebook yesterday, and it got turned into a story because he said he was breaking up with Memphis basketball.
Okay. I didn't see this. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wes, are you familiar with Wes? Prichard, I think it is.
Maybe.
Anyway, posted that he was breaking up with Memphis. It's a non-story. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Breaking up with Memphis basketball. All the beat writers were like, even this guy has reached this point, and then he had to come back around and say, I'm just frustrated.
Sure.
I didn't mean it. I'm always a supporter of the Memphis Tigers. I'm always a supporter of Penny Hardaway and this team. And I was just like, what a sad state of affairs that this is how this evening is being spent.
Yeah.
And we don't have to belabor. There's really nothing else to say.
It's sad that Memphis basketball has gotten to this point. It wasn't lost on me that, I watched a lot of basketball this weekend. And on Saturday, I watched Central Florida in a sold-out arena beat Texas Tech. Fans stormed the court. And I was like, we used to look down at them.
I had this experience the other weekend. It was Houston, Illinois?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Whoever it was, sold out crowd.
Yeah.
Who was it? It wasn't Houston, Illinois.
No.
It was a Big 12 game. Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But you saw Houston.
Point being, Chris and I sat in a bar discussing how sad it is to watch this incredible crowd for Houston, whoever they were playing.
It just shows you that conference affiliation is everything.
Yes.
Central Florida was a nothing American Athletic Conference basketball program that we looked down on and beat by 50 whenever. Like one of my coworkers at CBS Sports is Mike O'Donnell. He's a college basketball analyst, a color commentator, but also does studio work for CBS Sports HQ. He played at Central Florida. He was on the 2008 team that, played against Derrick Rose and Chris Douglas Roberts. And we laugh about that. It's just like Mike O'Donnell's like, D Rose was my responsibility. Like, that's just funny. Like Mike O'Donnell and Derrick Rose were and now I'm watching Central Florida and it's sold out and they're beating nationally ranked Texas Tech.
It was Houston, Texas Tech is who it was.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Same thing, but it was at Texas Tech.
And the next day I turn on television and it's an empty arena, Memphis. Like, that's sad. Then it's like, and you're behind.
And you were favorites.
Yeah, and then you're to a team on a losing streak, and then you lose the game in the most 8-year-old basketball way possible.
Right.
Like I mentioned earlier, I've never played basketball at that level, but I do know you're supposed to stop the ball. I do know you're supposed to make somebody turn. Nothing.
When the announcers are saying, when it was Memphis's ball, they're saying they've really struggled in the half court today.
Yeah.
And you just know, how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And
so
they still are in this late game necessary possession.
So it's a sad set of circumstances. Yeah. They drop out of the top 100 at KenPom. I can talk to you for 20 minutes about why Memphis basketball is struggling to keep up with where it once was in the sport. But I got no excuses for losing at home to Tulane. Yeah. I got no excuses for being where they're at in these conference standings right now. You perhaps shouldn't be Louisville or Cincinnati anymore based on where they are and where you're at from a conference affiliation perspective. But you're supposed to win this league every year, not get embarrassed this often. And the thing that I noticed yesterday, and this is how it happens, I didn't get a single text message about it. Normally, Memphis loses at the buzzer to Tulane.
You at least get
my mom or my buddy Donnie or Vernon or somebody is like, GP, oh God, but somebody's upset. Somebody's mad. Somebody's reaching out. I did not get a single text. It was like nobody, and I know this isn't true that nobody cared, but in my phone, that's what it looked like. Nobody brought it up. Nobody was like, what's going on? And here's the real big problem. When it got this bad under Tubby Smith, I knew how to fix that. That was easy. Fire this guy, hire this guy. The fans will come back. The recruiting classes will come immediately. Mm-hmm. Then we'll see if he can do the job. But, like, I know how to fix this quickly. I don't know how to fix this. There's no fix. There's no quick fix for this. The next fix for Memphis basketball will be ACC schools leaving, and you try to shove your way in there. And that is not to suggest that they don't have it looks like a coach problem as well. I got that. But I don't know that fire the current coach, hire whoever you want. It's a big mountain to climb right now.
All right, what a comforting segment, Gary.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us. Should have just talked about wrestling.
Could have just talked about Liv Morgan or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Carlos Alcaraz.
Or Carlos Alcaraz.
Thinking? What are we doing?
I did. After being gone for 11 straight days, and like I was on the West Coast for a little bit of it, and then when I'm in New York, I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning anyway.
So you were up.
I mean, I watched the whole match. I was just up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
It was 5?
It was around 5. It was, yeah.
I was disappointed. We stayed out way too late for 30-year-olds to stay out on Saturday night. And I recognized I could have turned it on when we got home and watched it. And I was kind of disappointed that we didn't. If I was going to stay out that late.
That's the truth. I should retell the story. I fell asleep briefly and then just woke up at like 1 in the morning. And I was like, I guess I'm just up now. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I guess, well, this is legendary. This is fun. I'll turn this on. Yeah, and I watched it. And congrats to the 22-year-old. Yes. He has his career Grand Slam.
All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have a special guest in studio. CitiLimitz from America's Got Talent is going to be in studio. They are singing the anthem tonight at FedEx Forum for Grizzlies. Timberwolves will catch up with them. They're from Chattanooga. They are here in Memphis after the break.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike? 2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna go crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and rinksider packages on sale now.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back. We got Grizzlies Timberwolves tonight at FedEx Forum, and we have a very special national anthem performance tonight for you. It is CitiLimitz, who came to fame on America's Got Talent, made it all the way to the quarterfinals, and 2 of them are joining us in studio this morning. We might get the 3rd in here too, but we're starting with 2. How are you guys doing this morning?
Man, we're doing great. Blessed.
Excellent. So you guys, we were talking during the break. You're from Chattanooga, so this is your home state.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times have you done anthems for sporting events at this point?
It's probably been 5. We
Okay.
probably did about 2.
WNBA for the
WNBA.
Dream, Atlanta Dream.
Nice.
We did Jacksonville,
Florida.
Jaguars in Florida, and
the Atlanta Falcons.
Was the
Atlanta
last-
Falcons and LA Rams.
So you guys made it onto America's Got Talent, and you guys made it pretty far, all the way to the quarterfinals. Just how has your life changed since having that experience, and how you guys are going forward with your career?
Well, I can say it actually changed our life tremendously. Like, we can dip it back on like the national anthems. We haven't had as many after.
Yeah.
Since
That used to
being
be
on
kind of like
AGT.
the main circuit,
Yeah,
was
like,
trying to get yourself in front of
A lot
that.
of national
I got
anthems that
you.
came after the AGT situation.
a lot of bookings, just a lot of great opportunities. A lot of people done like hit us up, different type of veterans in the industry. You know what I mean? Just showing us a lot of love. Our first time I auditioned, we sung Casey and JoJo All My Life, and they end up showing us love, and like Casey Haley did, and that's my favorite vocalist of all time.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I saw that clip went viral because
Yeah.
you made
They
Mel
still
B
posting them.
of Scary Spice status of one of the judges of AGT. She swooned a bit for your cover of that song. What was that experience like?
It was amazing. I could say, like, it was very like.
It's us, you know what I mean? It's like we come up from the roots, the older R&B, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So who are your inspirations then?
Shoot, go ahead.
Well, my inspiration, I have a lot of musical inspirations.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna name a couple: Prince, Charlie Wilson, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson.
Okay. And Marion?
I'm gonna go with inspirations. I'm gonna go with a lot of those Stevie Wonder. Vocally, I'm Casey Haley, Chris Brown. I love like Whitney Houston. I love a lot of like the artists. I'm an old soul, so like I go back.
The 3rd member of your group has joined.
Yeah, I'm sorry
No,
about
you're
that.
good. You're good.
I was
What's
on
up?
Vocalist. I'm sorry about that. My favorite artist is Bruno Mars and Jamie Foxx.
Nice.
For sure.
So, you guys are all family, correct?
Yes, sir.
Twins.
And an older brother.
And what'd you say?
Older brother.
I'm sorry, the director was talking to me. Yeah, that's fine, Jacob. Y'all are a family of 12? Is that right? What is that like, growing up in a house with that many?
It's
many
crazy.
kids?
It get hectic sometimes, you know. House don't go to sleep till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
every day.
they be too loud.
Every day.
Every day.
Are there other singers y'all have sing-offs, dance-offs in the house?
Whole family sings. I don't know about sing-offs, but whole family sings. If you walking through the house, you're gonna hear somebody sing.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm doing something. It's loud, man. It's reckless. I'm telling you.
So if the whole family sings, how did it become the 3 of you who kind of emerged as, oh, we might be able to do this professionally?
It was our pops. He brought us together. It was like we always, the family always come together, like, and do a lot of events and stuff like that. One day we end up coming together one day, you know what I mean, a gathering. He was like, man, he made all of us sing individually, and he was like, man, I'm gonna start a group with y'all. Like, I'm gonna start this up. Y'all finna do this. So at first, man, these two just, they ain't never want to do it. You know what I mean? They never wanted to do music. They was into sports and all that, but I always wanted to sing, you know what I mean, do music. That's always what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was a baby Ray Allen, so I really didn't want to sing
lying.
at first.
He's lying.
I was a baby Ray Allen, so I really didn't want to sing.
Lying.
You know, yeah, I can pull up some highlights. You hear me? For real, but.
What'd you play?
Basketball, man.
So both basketball.
Yeah, basketball and football.
So how do you ultimately convince you?
First show.
Our first show, yep.
Yeah, where was it?
In Chattanooga.
In Chattanooga. We did a talent show.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
After that,
sing?
we was like just seeing the crowd
original.
react to
It was an original song.
Yeah, original song
it
called
was
Candy Sweet.
Candy Sweet. Yeah, that was man.
Yeah.
You got the taste of performance, and you were like, "All right, I'm good with this."
That's what we're gonna do.
Very cool.
Was there were some young ladies in the crowd looking at y'all differently after y'all started singing? Was that what
Hey,
did
that
it?
was one of the main things for them. I can tell. I ain't like that was one of the main things for them. They seen the girls screaming, so they was like, "Yeah, I think this is what they wanted to do."
There we go.
Do you guys
it didn't mean nothing to me for real. I always wanted to do it.
Yeah, this is stuff.
Yeah, this is Marion's passion. He always wanted to do this.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a favorite song? And you guys can each have a different answer, but like favorite song you've ever performed?
Honestly,
song period.
We
Can we
have
say
a
song
song.
period?
Okay, we
Let
can
me
do
say
song
this.
period.
Let me say this. We have a song that's finna drop at the beginning of February. So this week we'll be dropping. It's called I Got It. We performed it on New Year's Eve. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all really gotta look
That's
check
your
that
favorite.
out. That's my favorite
Yeah,
song
that's
we
his
got.
favorite.
Performance and song. Like I Got It. So
Song
tuned
dropping
for
by
that.
itself or full album? Just
No,
the
it's
song?
single.
Just
Single?
one single.
Okay. Do you guys have an album in the works, or how does that
yes.
work at this
yes,
point?
sure.
All right.
That should be coming sometime after the single.
Okay. You wanted to give your favorite song of all time.
Oh yeah, my favorite song to sing all the time is "Cry for You" by Jodeci. That's what I thought you was asking me.
Okay.
But yeah,
Perform
of our originals, I'm gonna go with one of the mashups. I think it's good. No, Folded. We did a Folded mashup by Kalani with all different type of great artists. Tyrese, Brian McKnight, Chris Brown, Ray J.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Who are some of the artists around right now that you like dream to collaborate with?
Chris Brown.
Chris
That's
Brown.
my favorite artist.
Bruno.
of all time.
Bruno.
I want to
her.
work with Caitln. Her. Tyler. So yeah.
It's a lot.
This guy.
Yeah, he got a crush on her.
He got a crush on Tyler. That's why he wanna,
Ain't nothing wrong with
Who
that,
doesn't
man.
have a crush on Tyler?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Wait
So
till
you
my
guys-
time come.
You guys get to do the anthem tonight. Were you able to get around Memphis at all? Explore?
No.
You guys said you'd been here before.
Yes.
Where you went to Graceland.
Yeah. That's about the only time we really experienced it.
Oh, y'all got to do Soulsville, man. Y'all got to go over and see the Stax Museum. There's a lot of cool musical artists from the Memphis area. Stax record, like it's good stuff.
That'll be good.
Got to put that on before we leave.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys have
It's
to sing.
cold out here,
It's
man.
so cold.
What you mean it's cold?
We're not
Y'all
there.
from Chattanooga?
No.
It be cold in Chattanooga.
I ain't gonna lie, it's not even snowing.
Not
in
like this,
It's the
though.
first day of snow was the day before yesterday, and it didn't even stick.
Okay.
Like this is the most snow I
miserably
done seen in a
cold.
minute. I ain't gonna cap to
Yeah,
you.
you didn't know Memphis had mountains? You didn't know Memphis had
I
snow?
ain't been here only twice. It's my second time.
Yeah.
Shoot, so,
It's not usual here either. It's really
He didn't
cold.
even know Chattanooga had mountains.
How you not know Chattanooga?
Bro, stop playing with me, bro. Hey, don't be listening to this, man.
Where's do you have the single coming out in February?
Yes.
This is later this month. What's next for you guys? Like, how do you keep building from here? What's the game plan?
Keep staying in y'all face. We gotta keep being in y'all face. A lot of bookings, more music, a lot of more covers. Like that's our main thing, though. Honestly, like our social media, like that's how we grew. I feel like that's how we got on AGT. Like with all the the viral videos, the viral covers that we do. Like that's how we really started. Period. Like. From the beginning, we started with dropping covers, dropping mashups, all that different type of things. So like, I feel like that's gonna keep coming regardless. That's the
never
main
gonna
thing.
stop, so.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to go follow you
For sure.
at CitiLimitz
Yes.
on all the platforms,
Yes.
and you can see them live.
CitiLimitz_official.
CitiLimitz.
City_limits on TikTok.
All right, good deal. Find them there. You can also come listen to them live tonight, FedEx Forum,
sure,
the
tune in.
national
Be there.
anthem.
Pop
Be
out.
there. Do you guys have any like special flair with the national anthem? Do you take it straight or do you put your own spin on it?
Yeah, I gotta hear it.
Okay.
You gotta.
You can see it tonight. Grizzlies, Timberwolves, 6:30, FedEx Forum, CitiLimitz will be singing the national anthem. Thank you guys so much for joining us in studio. We really appreciate the time. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side, get into some other stuff from the weekend that we missed. The Grammys were last night. We'll talk about all that when we come back. Thanks.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation. It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale now.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Every Monday, we're giving you a chance to win free Sonic. Just hit the link pinned in the YouTube chat to enter for a Sonic gift card. Jump into the chat, hang with us, and maybe even eat some free Sonic 2. Big thanks to CitiLimitz for coming in studio. I wish they could have sang song.
And it's early.
I'm worried about.
You
gotta get the
yeah, they didn't.
Cold.
They hadn't done.
They weren't warmed up.
It's early and it's cold. You got to do your vocal exercises and
And
whatnot.
those copyright people get me all in my
We get-
feelings.
have 'em-
Ever since I sang Taylor Swift on the show once and it flagged it.
I mean, we
I've
can have
never
us
recovered.
sing like "Row Your Boat." Is that?
Yeah, well, yeah, something in the.
Do the kids know "Row, Row, Row Your Boat"?
That's a great question.
Are we singing that in daycare
Okay.
still?
Inside production meeting.
Mhm.
Next time we have some sort of musical artist who wants to flex their vocals, we find things that are in the free space and see if they know songs
Wheels
from
on
our
the Bus?
childhood. Wheels on the Bus.
But again, do the.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
That's not a song.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Oh, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane?
Okay. I thought it was a.
And I mean, I think it's technically a nursery rhyme turned into a song.
Either
a
way
lot
it
of
goes.
nursery rhymes did turn into it.
Either way it goes, it's fine.
What's the space called when those things are free? I cannot think of it off the top of my head right now.
Oh,
Jacob would know.
Public domain.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Songs in
Yeah,
public
yeah.
domain.
But again, now with the with Gracie's Corner being really, really popular now, and all those other kid shows really, really popular, where they're just making new songs.
Yes.
Do we still know the old songs?
I don't know.
In the same way?
I don't know.
Like, I'm sure there's a Wheels on the Bus song that everybody knows differently, but do we still have the
Baby
same
Shark.
communal song?
Baby Shark became a communal song.
Okay, so we'll just ask them. But Baby Shark is definitely like not in the public domain. Baby
No.
Shark is.
I think Old MacDonald is.
Okay,
That sounds like a good one.
okay. But are we all doing some sort of similar version of Old MacDonald?
If you're happy and you know it,
Okay.
clap your hands.
I don't know.
Head,
All right.
shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
That one people
The
might
ants
not
go
know.
marching.
People might not know the ants go marching. Do you know ants go marching?
Yeah, the ants go marching.
One by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops to say,
I'm done.
all right. And then we all went marching down
I honestly
to the
didn't know if
ground.
that was correct.
I don't know
But
if
I
that's
did love
correct
the
either.
Down
To the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 boom. What?
All right. Best things from this weekend. Before we get to the Grammys, there was one specific thing that happened this weekend
What?
that I honestly should have led the show with before we got into the doom and gloom of the Grizzlies and all things basketball. The guy who lost his toupee in the
my
middle of his
gosh.
boxing match. When I went out on Saturday night, this brought groups together in the bars because everybody wanted to know, have you seen the guy who lost his toupee in a boxing match? This is Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He was on the undercard of an event this weekend, the Ring 6, and during the second round, his opponent kind of landed a couple punches, and you see his hairpiece start to lift and flap with each punch thrown his way, and he eventually had to remove the hairpiece in between rounds. He launched it into the crowd. People were taking the hairpiece and putting it on their own heads to pose with the hairpiece that was lost in the middle of this match. He claimed afterwards that he only lost his hair like 2 days ago. He said that he was at his mom's and that he accidentally used ammonium bleach instead of shampoo, and he lost all of his hair. It's a good story.
Don't believe it at
That
all.
man's toupee went flying. It brought me great joy.
I got some jokes. You want to hear them?
I would love to hear your jokes.
Dude got his wig split. He found himself in a hairy situation. Never thought I'd actually see a man get his muffin cap peeled back blue. Dude got the top knocked off. You know what they say, hair today, gone tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought Jaylen Brown's hair situation was bad. That Tyler Perry ass toupee. Never seen a dude cut someone's hair with his fists. I guess it's time to redefine the word wigger. Don't let this distract you from the Epstein list. Those are all the jokes that I could think of.
If I were him, I'd say, there's going to be hell to pay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. I'm stealing that one.
I liked your last one, too. It was a good one. The
Okay.
Grammys were last night. Did you watch
No.
the Grammys?
No.
You weren't participating when Jacob and I were texting about the Grammys, so I assume that you did not watch the Grammys. We're doing a YouTube TV trial, so I can now do split screen between the game and the Grammys, or whatever I want to split screen. I don't know. I liked it last night. We might be moving past the trial. We might get married. We might marry the YouTube TV. We might finally make the switch. I did watch all of the Grammys yesterday evening. The big award of the night went to Bad Bunny, who is about to have himself a week because he is doing the Super Bowl next Sunday. And last night, he won Album of the Year for DTMF, first Spanish language album to ever win Album of the Year. Winning big at the Grammys the week before performing at the Super Bowl, we have now had 2 years in a row, because last year it happened with Kendrick Lamar winning for Record and Song of the Year for Not Like Us and then doing the Super Bowl the next week. This year we have Bad Bunny winning Album of the Year. He also won Spanish Album of the Year, and it was just fun to see. He was really emotional when he won Album of the Year. He sat for like 20 seconds, put his head in his hands, really seemed to be taking it all in before he went up to that stage. We had seen like a bit between him and Trevor Noah all night because Bad Bunny couldn't perform. Apparently it's part of the contract that if you're doing the Super Bowl, you can't perform. I think we talked about this last year with Kendrick too, where you can't do it. And so they kept like nudging him, and he eventually did like a very small bit of his song. It must have been whatever they approved for that to happen. He took a stance against ICE. He said, ICE out, quote, we're not savages, we're not animals, we are humans, and we are Americans. I just think it sets up a really big week for Bad Bunny, who is like the most streamed artist of the year. And we had this conversation months ago when we were talking about the Taylor Swift of it all, perhaps doing the Super Bowl performance. And I said, you want to know who would be, I think I said who would be bigger than Taylor Swift, and it was kind of an inflammatory thing to say. But it was Bad Bunny, and he's globally huge. And it's always nice to see the Grammys, which have a checkered past of giving credence to non-white artists who are massive in their space, who are like dictating the culture. And they did it on time with Bad Bunny. It's oftentimes taken a long time for those things to happen, but this felt like the year for him to win Album of the Year.
Yeah, and it's like you said, sets up a real big week for Bad Bunny. And it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do for the Super Bowl halftime performance. As long as it's entertaining, man, that's all I need. And he seems like he's an entertaining type of performer.
Music just makes you want to dance.
Listen, I look forward to seeing that pop off. A couple of things that, because I got a friend group. Everybody's got friend groups, and we're all sort of tasked with different things in the pop
expertise.
Yeah, pop zeitgeist.
Okay,
so to speak.
What made it into the group?
The In Memoriam.
Lauryn Hill.
I was not expecting that for D'Angelo and for Roberta Flack.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't expecting them to take that much time dedicated to those two. And in addition to a bunch of other really prominent Black artists in their day and time. I wasn't expecting that, but that performance was outstanding. Seeing the Fugees get on stage and Wyclef and Lauren and go and do their version of Killing Me Softly, which is Roberta Flack's song. That was great. For me personally, the Bruno Mars performance, I went back and found that. And
he performed twice.
Oh, he did? I did not know that.
He opened the song with APT.
Okay.
And then performed again with his newer song.
Okay. And the Sabrina Carpenter song were the things I went to seek out when I woke up this morning. Thought what I saw was fine. Heard some Jelly Roll did a good acceptance speech. I think that the other one that stood out to me was Billie Eilish's acceptance speech, which was
Billie
really
Eilish
poignant.
winning for a song. I don't want to take away from her poignant acceptance speech, which it was, but she also won for a song that came out in 2024, which is an issue I have with the Grammys.
What's the issue?
Just the way that their, how would you put it?
Calendar?
Like the qualification calendar works, where she was able to release that song. The album came out in 2024. She was able to release Wildflowers as a single because it became popular in like February of 2025. And for that to now be able to receive a Grammy in February of 2026 just feels meh to me. She's great. I love Billie Eilish. Again, her speech was awesome. I was like, really? That's what's gonna win
The other
that
thing,
award?
other thing that came out was, or that was in my pop culture experts text chain was Devil Wears Prada 2.
Devil Wears Prada 2, but they only showed
the trailer dropped.
They dropped on TV.
Okay.
The announcement that you have to go online. I love that they are treating this like a big event, and it could be terrible, but God, will I be seated for it. They made it seem like Miranda has a memory problem, which cannot be the plot. Like that she doesn't remember Andy.
No,
Like
she's
Meryl-
just being.
I think
she's just being
well,
an ass. Yeah, that's the whole character. That's what divas do.
I see it more as you were but a blip in my very eventful, very important life.
Yes.
Why would I remember you,
Yeah.
little peon? So people were like, if the whole thing is that Miranda Priestley has
Why would you
it.
think
I'm
that
like,
that's
well,
the
you're
whole
dumb.
thing?
Media literacy people, my
never
God.
You've never interacted with divas before.
Or
as
if,
somebody who works with a diva, I know how you guys get. You guys act like
Every
you
day.
forget people all the time. Every time she comes in here in the morning, she's like, "Oh, you're new. Hi, I'm Jessica." She reintroduces herself to me every single day. Like
Sometimes
I
I
don't
call
work
him
with her.
PJ. Sometimes I call him TJ. Sometimes I call him MJ. Sometimes I call him JJ. I can't remember the consonant attached to your name. My God.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
has time for that? Yes, that was great. Justin Bieber, I'm surprised that didn't make it into your text group. He performed in boxers.
Performed in his drawers.
Socks, a purple guitar, and whatever you call the little pedal thing where he's mixing music up there.
Oh, okay.
Performed to UConn. I had 2 thoughts. 1, I hope Justin Bieber's okay. 2, maybe I should try to go see Justin Bieber at Coachella. I can get sucked back into the Justin Bieber space of it all so fast. He seems I don't want to put emotions on somebody, just from what we know about Justin Bieber, all that he's gone through, everything that we've seen publicly, kind of a fragile individual. Reminded me a little bit like Britney Spears, when Britney Spears was trying to make one of her comebacks, and she'd come back and we'd like treat her like a animal in the zoo and be like, ooh, Britney's back. Ooh, Britney looks okay. But there's also this kind of air of, ooh, you don't want it to tip over because it could be very easily breakable again. And he was really strong in his performance. It was one of the best Bieber performances we've seen in a very long time. So I hope he's okay. The Clips performance at the end was awesome. They ended up doing So Far Ahead, which I thought was interesting. And they made it literally snow, which was a fun end to it all from the symbolism of that song. What else was there? Along with Lauryn Hill was the Ozzy Osbourne performance. They did Post Malone, and Slash was there, and they did War Pigs, which is absolutely the strangest song ever used in an in memoriam segment of all time, but like whatever. Very Ozzy. His family was there, and they cut to Cher and Kelly and Jack, and that was very sad because they look inconsolably sad still. The best new artist performances. That's when me and Jacob started texting you.
I saw y'all texting.
The Grammys came back around, and I felt like good with the Grammys, but for those best new artist performances, I thought, man, we're in a world of hurt. Like, if this is how it goes. But I had to remind myself, last year we were spoiled because last year we had Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Ray, and Doechii.
Saw that Chaperone dress. Have mercy.
You mean the non-dress?
Hey.
She changed before she presented the
did
best
she?
new artist category. Yeah, because I was like, what are we going to do? See her full boobies?
Okay.
And we did not. She changed into more like a Greek goddess situation.
Oh, she looked like a Greek goddess.
Did you see the video of her meeting Jamie Foxx's kids?
No.
Jamie Foxx like comes up to her on the red carpet. She's like mid glam cam. Jamie Foxx comes around and he's like, "Hi, Chappell. Like my kids love you." And all I can think of in my head is that like Jamie came up on Chappell Roan from behind, had not seen the front of her dress. She turns around and that's what's there. And then his kids are off to the side, and they're not young. They're probably teens, low 20s, whatever. And then she gets introduced and shakes their hands, and her like handler then pushes her to the side. But just imagine coming up to someone from the back, tapping them on the shoulder, and then her turning around, and that's what it's like. Hey,
like when if you're not expecting to see that, that is the appropriate reaction. Just like, oh, those are out. Okay. As somebody who is a proud member
of the Mini Militia,
I supported what Chappell
Of course you do.
Her outfit. I support it.
Anyway, she was Best New Artist last year, so she gave the award this year.
What was the deal with the new artist this year?
Olivia Dean, great. I love Olivia Dean. I love Leon Thomas, and he was a part of the D'Angelo tribute as well. Lauryn Hill just was maneuvering that perfectly of going from person to person.
As MC?
It was so good. I find her one of the most interesting people in music history, and it was cool to see her last night. But then it was like Addison Rae for Best New Artist, which I just cannot believe that Addison Rae has gone from TikTok person to up for Best New Artist at the Grammys. And there are people out there who love Addison Rae, but I thought she did the least with her performance last night. Cat's Eye performed, and I was like, I'm too old. And I hate when I'm made to feel too old. And then Somber, who Chris was like, is that Benson Boone? And I said, no, that's Somber. And then they cut to Benson Boone in the audience, and it was like Luigi and Waluigi looking at each other because both are just like white dudes in sparkly outfits. Alex, oh God, what's his last name, Jacob? I refuse to learn. Alex Warren. It's not my cup of tea. He also I felt bad. He made a mistake. He had like an earpiece problem. I thought Lauryn Hill had an earpiece. I thought many performers had an earpiece problem last night where they just took it out and forewent it. But yeah, Alex Warren struggled a little bit. And then who was the first? Oh, the Marias. And I'd never heard of them. But those first three were the Marias, Addison Rae, and Cat's Eye. And I was just sitting there like, I'm out. It's happened. The time has come. Music has passed me. I will sit here and say, and even Chris was like, oh, this is like the enshittification of music. But then it was fine, because then Leon Thomas came and Olivia Dean came, and it was cool. Lola Young, I think her name was also up for Best New Artist, and she ended up winning for Best Pop Performance, which was a surprise and was nice, because I recognized that with the Grammys, we do this all the time. It's always the same people. Over and over, like you just get to the stars of the music world and we see the same people over and over again. So her winning an award felt nice because it was like, oh, I genuinely don't know a lot about this girl except her song Messy was big on the tickety-tockety, and she had a a lot of F-bombs as she tried to figure out what to say because she didn't have a speech written and it felt authentic. I was like, that was nice.
Okay.
You said the Jelly Roll speech. It was a good speech. And then it went right into Lady Gaga doing abracadabra, and it was like Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is like, Jesus doesn't have I don't want to misquote him, but it was a great
party.
Doesn't have a political party was the stance of it. It was great. And he's given his testimony, and like that man loves Jesus and has meant so much to him, and he's like up on the pulpit, and then he leaves. It's like Lady Gaga in a cage going, abracadabra, abracadabra. And I'm like, somebody somewhere saw the Jelly Roll. Just somebody exists out there. Saw Jelly Roll, like saw that he won. Was like, oh, I got to catch Jelly Roll's speech. Made it up. Heard Jelly Roll like deliver and was like, yes, that's why I love Jelly Roll. Like, what a guy. There's his wife. They love each other so much. That's such a great story. And then it goes into Lady Gaga. They're like, oh, I'm familiar with Lady Gaga. Maybe I'll stick around for this performance. And then you're like, what in Satan's hell was this? And that's on range, baby. That's the arts.
Kendrick
It was so
Lamar.
funny.
Kendrick Lamar ended up 27 Grammys now, passing Jay-Z. Most Grammys by a rapper all time. The first, I do believe, first rapper, and I think first musician maybe, to win Grammys for the
Kendrick Lamar / Luther Vandross. It's a double award, so.
I get him poor Cher.
You know what? My original instinct was poor Cher, and then I was just like, that diva. And selfishly, as a person who maybe this is the year Cher shows up in the Bad Bunny halftime show. God knows I've been trying to manifest it forever. I was like, now there's a whole nother generation that will know how iconic Cher is because Cher got up there at 79 years old and said Luther Vandross won a Grammy. And you could feel the authenticity. You could feel that she felt so bad. Like that would happen to my mom. Happened to my mom. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Whew, we went late. The Grammys were fun. I had a good time. Every year, some year there will come a time where the Grammys are too young for me, too whatever for me. They're not on CBS anymore after this. And I will miss Trevor Noah as a host. I like him as a host, and he went out strong. They got president saying he's going to sue him. That's when you know you hosted a show right. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Grizzlies game name 6:30. Don't show up at 7. You'll be late. We'll see you there. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.
What is wrong with you?
It's true.